also working on Kimrick and Marshall's Golden Heart, and it's covered with hemp seed oil at the moment, and then I'm using a little bit of dust, not diamond dust. Gold platinum dust off of this lump of rock here. And I kind of do my little zooper and make the dust come off of there, and I coat this rock with it after I've covered it in hemp seed oil. And then it gives me a polish that's about the same hardness as the stone itself, as this stone here. It's not like diamond, so it's not gouging the surface. It's taking the surface and polishing it. And I want to leave the surface with the little bumps and stuff in it. Those are hoppers. This is a single crystal of AUPT, gold, platinum, alloy. And it is the little dots and stuff are used as to make the pictures with. And there are pictures if you take your time and look at that. There's a face. One eye, two eyes, a little nose, big nose maybe, like me, and a mouth. And then sure enough, it's a face, another face, and there's even another one here, and nose and mouth, and there are faces throughout the stone, and they're made with these little bumps into the crystal structure, and in some of these rocks, they tell a story. I found one yesterday that was really special. Look at this one. And you can see there's squares, right? You see the squares? Those are part of the structure of the crystal, okay? And they're really there. They kind of, they're nebulous. You can't really put your finger on, but there's a very definite symmetry on the surface that's created by the cubic structure of precious metals. These form in cubes with hoppers. Hoppers are an indent into the cube going down in little stair steps. See? And they stair step down into the middle of the crystal formation. Now this is a single crystal, but the entire face is covered with these hoppers. And that's what makes platinum so very, 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 very useful. Because we can run a charge through this, a current through this, and change its polarity and attract or repel things, but we attract things by making it either an anion or a cation, depending on what we want to attract. And so, what I have here is a piece, a single piece of AUPT. And the little bumps and stuff were put there on purpose. Somebody designed them. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. It's from a civilization prior to our own, and they were the central planet for a galactic civilization. They were a full-on space-going civilization. And they fought a war and lost 65 million years ago. And they left these because precious metals don't tarnish, they don't rust, they don't, and this stuff is really hard. It's as hard as stainless steel. 5.5 on the Mohs scale of hardness. It's really hard. And it is ubiquitous. It is throughout the entire world, everywhere. People just don't recognize it. They don't see what it is because they think they already know what little brown rocks are. Everybody knows what little brown rocks are, right? And you don't pick them up and play with them. Take pictures of them because they're just little brown rocks. And you've picked up hundreds of them and you know what they look like. Except you don't, really. Until you start taking pictures. And those pictures reveal not only symmetries in the crystal structure, but faces that tell a story of a whole planet full of people who died in one single go. The KT extinction event was not a comet, and it was not dinosaurs. Everybody knows about the KT extinction event, and we're told that there were dinosaurs here before that. It's not true. Like a lot of things that we're told. Lots and lots of things that we all know. God made the world in 6 days or 6 seconds or some bullshit like that. That we're all alone in the universe. That there are no aliens and UFOs. I didn't believe in them. I didn't. Until they kind of slapped me in the face with Google Earth, and you can find a lot of evidence of this prior civilization on Google Earth, because the entire planet we live on has been terraformed. It is the result not of natural forces, but of terraforming, of people who made this group of continents that we live on a long, long time ago. And they're kind of cartoons. You'll recognize some of them. There's a little dog in the middle of North America. Looks like Tramp from Lady and the Tramp from Walt Disney. There's Dumbo. If you look at Afghanistan, Dumbo's ears are Afghanistan, and his trunk goes up over Saudi Arabia. And North Africa looks like a big pig standing there telling Saudi Arabia, a little pig, that some people are more equal than others. Kind of like the Animal Farm pigs in Animal Farm. And do you know what? Those are lies. That's a lie. Some people are not really more equal than others. Because every single one of us puts our pants on one leg at a time. It doesn't even matter how many legs you have. You could have 10 legs. Well, you couldn't. It's not a Fibonacci number, but you could have 13 legs. And you have to put your pants on one leg at a time. It doesn't matter what we look like. People are people. The people who own this planet own it. Lock, stock, and people barrel. Don't look like us. They have a large cranium and gentle eyes. And we are possessions, prisoners of war, a war you didn't even know existed, because we lost that sucker 65 million years ago. And the people who own planet Earth wiped out an entire planet full of people. 13 billion or 21 billion, something like that. Somewhere in between there, maybe. All those people were gone in less than 5 minutes because a ship hit the side of the planet. The ship was 350 kilometers across. You can see it still. It sticks out of the side of New Mexico all the way up to the Utah border. It's that big. It is in the middle of the Navajo reservation. The Dine, the people. They were the crew of that ship. The people we call Native Americans came from the Dine. They crawled out of a little hole. Their origin story tells that they came to this, the fourth world from the third world, through a little hole in the ground, a reed or a straw from deep underground. That's what their origin story says. I'm not making this up, man. This is stuff from an entire culture of people who are the only survivors from that civilization 65 million years ago. They sterilized our planet, and this is all that's left, folks. And they left it in gold and platinum, because that's what this is. This AUPT, gold platinum alloy. It is the most indelible record they could figure out to leave. And of course, they left them for me because they knew I would be picking up shiny rocks, and I love shiny rocks. And here I am telling you. This is our bail money. This is going to set us free, where we will no longer be slaves, but only when we stop fighting among ourselves. As long as we're waging war against each other, here we stay. We are quarantined. Those people over there on the other side of whatever line you happen to think is important are just like you are. They're not different. Our children can breed with each other all the way around the world. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are not 200 separate countries. We are one planet and only one people. It's time to start being nice. Don't worry about other people. They'll take care of themselves. They want the exact same things you do. And they want one thing especially. They want respect. We all do. And it's real easy, because all you gotta do is treat other people the way you would like to be treated yourself. That's it. And then we can go back to the stars. We can take our children back to the stars. We are one planet and only one people. Be nice. The neighbors are watching.